Welcome to Inside News. This is Jyoti. Let's dive into the details. During the Constitution Day celebrations at Samvidhan Sadan, President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi and several other dignitaries jointly paid tribute to the Constitution of India. The gathering marked a solemn occasion where the nation's top leaders came together to honor the foundational document. As part of the ceremony, they collectively read out the preamble reaffirming their faith in the principles of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. The act symbolized unity across political lines and highlighted the enduring relevance of constitutional values in guiding India's democratic journey. The event underscored the responsibility of leaders to uphold and protect the spirit of the Constitution.
तथा उन सब में हम भारत के लोग भारत को एक संपूर्ण प्रभुत्व संपन्न सामाजिक पंथनिरपेक्ष लोकतंत्रात्मक गणराज्य बनाने के लिए तथा उसके समस्त नागरिकों को सामाजिक, आर्थिक और राजनैतिक न्याय, विचार, अभिव्यक्ति, विश्वास, धर्म और उपासना की स्वतंत्रता, प्रतिष्ठा और अवसर की समता प्राप्त कराने के लिए तथा उन सब में व्यक्ति की गरिमा और राष्ट्र की एकता और अखंडता सुनिश्चित करने वाली बंधुता बढ़ाने के लिए दृढ़ संकल्प होकर अपनी इस संविधान सभा में आज तारीख 26 नवंबर 1949 ईस्वी को द्वारा इस संविधान को अंगीकृत, अधिनियमित और आत्मार्पित करते हैं।
During the Constitution Day celebrations at Samvidhan Sadan in Delhi, President Draupadi Murmu remarked that the abrogation of Article 370 had freed the nation from what she described as a prideful political obstacle. She emphasized that this historic step had paved the way for greater unity and progress across the country, highlighting the role of women in shaping India's future. She stated that women-led development would advance through the strength of Nari Shakti. Her address underscored the importance of empowering women as the driving force for national growth and transformation. The President's words reflected a vision of inclusive development, where constitutional values and reforms contribute to building a stronger and more equitable India.
अंकुश लगाकर संसद ने हमारी बहनों बेटियों के सशक्तिकरण और सामाजिक न्याय की दिशा में ऐतिहासिक कदम उठाए हैं। देश के आर्थिक एकीकरण के लिए स्वाधीनता के बाद का सबसे बड़ा टैक्स सुधार गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज टैक्स के रूप में किया गया है। आर्टिकल 370 के प्रावधानों को निरस्त करके देश के समग्र राजनैतिक एकीकरण के मार्ग में बाधक बने हुए अवरोध को दूर किया गया। नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम द्वारा वुमेन लीड डेवलपमेंट के एक नए युग आरंभ होगा। नारी शक्ति अर्थात मातृशक्ति के बंधन का हमारे संस्कृति में अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण स्थान रहा है। इस वर्ष 7 नवंबर से हमारा राष्ट्रगीत वंदे मातरम की रचना के 150 वर्षों पूरी होने के उपलक्ष्य में देशव्यापी स्मरण उत्सव मनाया जा रहा है। ये स्मरण उत्सव भारत माता को समृद्ध, सशक्त और आत्मनिर्भर बनाने का संकल्प का अवसर है। मुझे विश्वास है कि इस राष्ट्रीय संकल्प की सिद्धि के लिए आप सभी सदस्यगण देशवासियों को दिशा और प्रेरणा प्रदान करेंगे। हमारा संविधान हमारी राष्ट्रीय अस्मिता का ग्रंथ है। ये हमारी राष्ट्रीय पहचान का ग्रंथ है। ये कॉलोनियल माइंडसेट का परित्याग करके नेशनलिस्ट माइंडसेट के साथ देश को आगे बढ़ाने की मार्गदर्शक ग्रंथ है। इसी भावना के अनुरूप सामाजिक और तकनीकी बदलाव को ध्यान में रखते हुए क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम से जुड़े महत्वपूर्ण अधिनियम लागू किए गए।
Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Kumar Sinha responded to queries regarding former Chief Minister and RJD leader Rabri Devi being asked to vacate her current bungalow and move to another residence. He explained that the issue was handled by the concerned department and was part of routine government procedure. Sinha emphasized that according to established norms, whenever a new government assumes office, the process of changing and allotting official residences is carried out. He noted that such practices were standard and not unusual, reflecting administrative rules rather than political motives. His remarks highlighted that the matter was procedural in nature, aimed at maintaining order in the allocation of government accommodations.
नई बात तो है नहीं
सर 10 सर्कुलर अभी राबी आवास को सर खाली कराने का आदेश जारी किया गया है सर की भावना से ऐसा किया जा रहा है।
अब जिस विभाग के तहत का मामला है, सरकार नियम के अनुसार हर बार नई सरकार आती है तो आवास बदलने का और आवास आवंटन का प्रक्रिया होता है भवन निर्माण विभाग का, उसके तहत हो रहा है। टीम में जा रहे हैं, नई बात तो है नहीं
सर 10 सर्कुलर अभी राबी आवास को सर खाली कराने का आदेश जारी किया गया है सर की भावना से ऐसा किया जा रहा है।
अब जिस विभाग के तहत का मामला है, सरकार नियम के अनुसार हर बार नई सरकार आती है तो आवास बदलने का और आवास आवंटन का प्रक्रिया होता है भवन निर्माण विभाग का, उसके तहत हो रहा है। टीम में जा रहे हैं।
Following the death of a basketball player in Rohtak, Minister Krishnalal Panwar addressed concerns regarding school accountability. He stated that inspections would be carried out across institutions, clarifying that the directive applied not only to private schools such as those affiliated with the CBSE but also to government-run institutions. Panwar explained that designated officers would be assigned to oversee the inspection process, ensuring compliance with the safety and operational standards. He emphasized that both private and public schools would come under government scrutiny, reflecting a broader effort to safeguard students and prevent such tragedies in the future. His remarks highlighted the administration's commitment to strengthening oversight and enforcing responsibility within the education system.
इसके लिए कोई भी प्राइवेट जो स्कूल है जैसे सीबीएसई है, दूसरे स्कूल हैं, उनमें भी होते हैं तो उसमें से भी हम डीओज की ड्यूटी लगा कर जितने भी संस्थान इस टाइप से प्राइवेट भी है या सरकारी है हम सब करने। इसके लिए कोई भी प्राइवेट जो स्कूल है जैसे सीबीएसई है, दूसरे स्कूल हैं, उनमें भी होते हैं तो उसमें से भी हम डीओज की ड्यूटी लगा कर जितने भी संस्थान इस टाइप से प्राइवेट है या सरकारी है हम सब।
The Supreme Court Bar Association was reported to have organized a Constitution Day celebration program in New Delhi. Chief Justice of India Surya Kant attended the event as the chief guest, while Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal was also present. The program was set to highlight the importance of the Constitution as the cornerstone of India's democracy and justice system. Observers mentioned that the presence of dignitaries underscored the significance of the occasion, with the speeches focusing on constitutional values such as equality, liberty and justice. The gathering was described as a reaffirmation of the legal fraternity's commitment to uphold democratic principles and honor the legacy of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. At the two-day Shatabdi Sammelan Centenary Conference, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla conveyed his best wishes to all on the centenary journey of the Union Public Service Commission, describing it as one of the most important institutions in India's democratic and administrative framework. He also extended greetings on Constitution Day, emphasizing the significance of the occasion. Om Birla recalled the contributions of those who had served the UPSC over the past 100 years but were no longer present, while acknowledging the continued guidance of individuals who enrich the Commission with their ideas and efforts. His remarks highlighted the enduring role of the UPSC in shaping governance and strengthening the nation's democratic values.
भारत के लोकतांत्रिक एवं प्रशासनिक ढांचे की सबसे महत्वपूर्ण संस्था संघ लोक सेवा आयोग की 100 वर्ष की शताब्दी वर्ष की गौरवशाली यात्रा पर आप सबको हार्दिक बधाई, शुभकामनाएं। आज संविधान दिवस पर भी आपको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं, बधाई। आज इस कार्यक्रम में केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री, कार्मिक, लोक शिकायत, पेंशन, विज्ञान टेक्नोलॉजी डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी, संघ लोक सेवा आयोग के चेयरमैन श्री अजय कुमार जी और वह सब लोग जिनका इन 100 वर्षों की यात्रा में योगदान रहा, जो हमारे बीच में नहीं रहे उन लोगों को भी, और जो अभी भी संघ लोक सेवा आयोग को अपने बहुमूल्य सुझाव विचार से इस संस्था के नए परिवर्तन के अंदर अपना योगदान दे रहे हैं, उन सबको भी मैं आज याद करता हूं। निश्चित रूप से यूपीएससी की 100 वर्ष की यात्रा भारत के
At the two-day Shatabdi Sammelan Centenary Conference, Union Minister Jitendra Singh described the year 2025 as a very auspicious coincidence. He noted that the year had witnessed several historic events and also marked the anniversaries of notable personalities who had contributed to India's progress, the Constitution, the democratic framework, and the nation's cultural heritage. His remarks emphasized the importance of remembering these milestones and the individuals whose efforts shaped India's journey. Singh's address was seen as a reflection on the broader significance of the centenary celebrations of the Union Public Service Commission, linking them to the larger narrative of India's democratic and cultural evolution. The conference highlighted continuity between past contributions and present aspirations.
ये एक बड़ा सुखद संयोग है। सुखद इसलिए कि सन 2025 का बरस एक ऐसा साल निकला जिसके चलते अनेकों ऐसी ऐतिहासिक घटनाएं और ऐसी तारीखी शख्सियतें उनका ये प्रतीक बन गया जो किसी न किसी तरह से भारत की स्वतंत्रता संग्राम या भारत के संविधान या भारत की गणराज्य रचना या फिर भारत की सांस्कृतिक विरासत के साथ नज़दीक का रिश्ता रखते हैं। इत्तेफाक से सन 2025 का ही वो साल है जब हम लौह पुरुष सरदार पटेल के 150वीं जयंती भी मना रहे हैं। इसी साल हम भगवान बिरसा मुंडा के भी 150 साल मना रहे हैं। इसी साल हम श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी की 125वीं जयंती भी मना रहे हैं और इसी साल हम वंदे मातरम की रचना के 100 साल भी, और आज यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन के 100 साल भी इसी दिन मुकम्मल होते हैं। So, ladies and gentlemen, UPSC, which turns 100 today, has been a witness to the pre-independence era of India, witness to the transition of India into independence, and also witness to the post-independence India. In other words, it's been a witness to the journey of independent India right from the dawn of freedom. And just as Indian democracy and Indian constitution has survived and thrived despite certain ups and downs, the Union Public Service Commission has also thrived with all its purity and all resilience.
West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose reacted strongly to TMC MLA Humayun Kabir's remark on the Babri Masjid, stressing that the matter has already been settled by the Supreme Court. He said attempts to revive the issue appear sinister and pointed out that Murshidabad has recently witnessed several unwarranted developments, often linked to violence with elections approaching. He warned that such trends could lead to divisiveness in society, which would be firmly opposed within the framework of the Constitution and rule of law. Bose asserted that no one would be allowed to create dissension and escape accountability. He assured that strong action will be taken under Article 194 of the Constitution and other legal provisions.
But one thing I would like to emphasize here, this is an issue which has been settled by the apex court of this country. Reviving that issue smacks of something which is very sinister. In the recent past, Murshidabad has become a center of many unwarranted developments which follows a pattern. A few months back, I visited a place in the context of violence. Now, the elections are approaching. This portends a very ugly trend which will lead to divisiveness in society, which will be resented and opposed by with the strongest possible force within the Constitution of India, within the rule of law. Nobody will be allowed to create dissension in society, divisiveness, and get away with it. Strong action will be taken under Article 194 of the Constitution of India and also the rule of law. There is no doubt about that. But one thing.
On the 17th anniversary of the 26/11 Mumbai terrorist attack, BJP leader Chandrasekhar Bawankule expressed that the incident was a very tragic one. He emphasized that such attacks should never occur again and stated that the government was taking every major step to prevent their recurrence. His remarks highlighted the seriousness with which the administration continues to address national security concerns. Bawankule's statement was seen as a reassurance of the government's commitment to safeguarding citizens and strengthening preventive measures against terrorism. The anniversary served as a reminder of the sacrifices made during the attacks and the ongoing responsibility of leaders to ensure that such tragedies are not repeated in the future.
26/11 की दुख भरी घटना है, इसमें सब लोग शोक व्यक्त करते हैं और दोबारा ऐसी घटना नहीं होना चाहिए, इसके लिए सरकार पूरी तरह से काम करती है। 26/11 की दुख भरी घटना है, इसमें सब लोग शोक व्यक्त करते हैं और दोबारा ऐसी घटना नहीं होना चाहिए, इसके लिए सरकार पूरी तरह से काम करती है। 26/11 की दुख भरी घटना है, इसमें सब लोग शोक व्यक्त करते हैं और दोबारा ऐसी घटना नहीं होना चाहिए, इसके लिए सरकार पूरी तरह से काम करती है।
Responding to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's statement, Union Minister Giriraj Singh remarked that her government was on the verge of collapse. He asserted that a change in power was imminent and that concrete actions would soon be implemented on the ground. Singh further stated that illegal immigrants would be removed and in the future states such as West Bengal would see the introduction of the National Register of Citizens NRC. His comments were framed as a strong political message. emphasizing the government's determination to act on issues of governance and immigration. The remarks highlighted the possibility of significant political shifts in Bengal, reflecting ongoing debates around citizenship and administrative measures in the state.
अब वो खुद हिलने वाली, अब उनकी सरकार जाने वाली है। SIR भी होगा और आने वाले दिन में CA लागू वहां जमीनी होगा और वहां घुसपैठिए भी निकाले जाएंगे और भविष्य में बंगाल जैसे राज्यों में NRC भी। अब वो खुद हिलने वाली है, अब उनकी सरकार जाने वाली है। SIR भी होगा और आने वाले दिन में CA लागू वहां जमीनी होगा और
At the inauguration of the Safran Aircraft Engine Services India facility in Hyderabad, Safran Chairman Ross McLean expressed his deep honor in welcoming the gathering. He highlighted that the new LEAP engine maintenance facility symbolizes the strong bond between India and France, a relationship nurtured over 7 decades of trust and friendship. McKinsey emphasized that this partnership was rooted in a shared ambition of strategic autonomy, reflecting the commitment of both nations to collaborate in advanced technology and defense sectors. The inauguration was seen as a milestone in bilateral cooperation, showcasing the importance of industrial collaboration and reinforcing the long-standing ties between the two countries in aviation and strategic development.
Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri Ravant Reddy, Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Ramohan Naidu, and Honorable Industry Minister of Telangana, Shri Sridhar Babu, and dear partner, J.M. Rao. Dear partners, dear colleagues, chers amis, I'm deeply honored to welcome you today to the inauguration of our new LEAP engine maintenance facility here in Hyderabad. Your presence today is testimony to the uniquely strong bond between India and France, a bond built over 7 decades of trust and friendship, rooted in a shared ambition of strategic autonomy. This strong bond also reflects the relationship our group, Safran, has forged with your country over these last 70 years. In the defense sector particularly, on which I will focus my remarks, and our Chief Executive, Olivier Andriès, will talk more about civil aerospace. Safran started its relationship with India in 1953, when we provided the engines for Dassault's Ouragan fighter aircraft. A decade later, our helicopter engines were powering the Alouette used by Indian forces. The 1970s marked the beginning of our cooperation in the space sector, with the full technology transfer of the Viking rocket engine, which led to the Vikas engine developed by the Indian Space Research Organization. It gave India full sovereignty in space launches. In the 1980s, several Safran companies started to establish offices and production sites in the country. A number of sites that has continued to increase very rapidly. And today, I'm proud that Safran is the sole supplier of HAL turboshaft engines, and there are over 1,400 Safran helicopter engines in service in India. India is the #1 market for Safran's inertial navigation and systems, with more than 2,200 systems installed on combat aircraft, helicopters, submarines, frigates, tanks, and artillery guns. In short, on air, land, sea.
Congress MP Priyanka Chaturvedi described the detention of an Arunachal Pradesh woman at a Shanghai airport as an act of provocation by China. She expressed hope that the Ministry of External Affairs would respond firmly to the incident. Chaturvedi emphasized that such actions cannot be ignored and must be met with a strong diplomatic reply to safeguard the dignity and rights of Indian citizens. She underlined that the matter reflects China's hostile approach and urged the government to ensure accountability through appropriate measures. The MP reiterated that India should not tolerate attempts that undermine its sovereignty or target its people, stressing the need for a decisive stand in international relations.
I was outraged when we got to know that there was an Indian citizen from Arunachal Pradesh who was traveling from London to Japan, transiting via Shanghai, was detained at Shanghai airport, where Chinese officials failed to recognize her Indian passport, refused to accept her Indian passport, refused to acknowledge Arunachal Pradesh, and said all kinds of mocking things to her, detained her for over 18 hours, provided her with no facilities, till finally they let her go. In a response to that, the Indians were hoping that the Ministry of External Affairs would give a stern response, but what we got information was through sources not even owned by Ministry of External Affairs, saying that a strong démarche was communicated both in Shanghai, in China, as well as in Delhi, in India. However, Chinese authorities don't seem to have heard this, understood this, comprehended this, or accepted it, simply because in an act of deliberate provocation and raising up the ante, as they say, the Foreign Ministry of China has categorically gone on to say that China has never recognized Arunachal Pradesh, the so-called Arunachal Pradesh, illegally set up by India. Zangnan is a territory that belongs to China. This is a deliberate miscommunication, deliberate provocation and aggression as far as India's sovereignty is concerned and its sovereign rights.
On Constitution Day, Uttar Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya paid tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, acknowledging his pivotal role in drafting the Indian Constitution. He stated that without Ambedkar's vision, the nation would not have received the path to equality that guides its democratic framework today. Maurya highlighted that 75 years have now passed since the Constituent Assembly completed its work, marking a significant milestone in India's democratic journey. He emphasized that the gathering on this occasion was spreading the message of the Constitution far and wide, reinforcing its values of justice, liberty and equality. His remarks reflected respect for Ambedkar's legacy and the enduring relevance of constitutional principles in modern India.
दिवस के अवसर पर सबसे पहले तो मैं संविधान निर्माता बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर जी को नमन करता हूं, उन्हें श्रद्धांजलि देता हूं। बाबा साहब का संविधान नहीं होता तो जो देश और प्रदेश के दबे कुचले वंचित शोषित हैं उनको समानता के अधिकार का रास्ता ही नहीं मिलता, उनको आरक्षण ही नहीं मिलता, उनको वोट देने का अवसर ही नहीं मिलता। आज हम सब जब संविधान सभा के द्वारा संविधान को प्रस्तुत करने के 75 वर्ष पूरे हो रहे हैं, तो इस अवसर पर हम लोग संविधान दिवस के कार्यक्रम के लिए एकत्र हुए हैं और इसका संदेश दूर तक जा रहा है, इसका बहुत प्रभाव पड़ रहा है। दिवस के अवसर पर सबसे पहले तो मैं संविधान निर्माता बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर जी को नमन करता हूं।
That's the wrap of the Inside News. For more updates, keep watching CVR News English.